Top of the morning folks, today from the Reddit Rainforest. What's the weirdest scenario you have ever woken up to after drinking? One night, I came home from a party. For some reason, I get really hungry when I'm drunk. So I decided to make myself some food. I found a frozen pizza and put it in the oven, on top of some newspaper, to avoid messing up the oven. It seemed pretty logic at that point. I turned around, slicing up some bacon to put on the frozen pizza. I cut myself pretty badly while doing this, but I don't notice. I hear a sound, so I turn around. It's the paper in the oven. It's burning. This is all I can remember. I wake up to my mom shouting. I'm on the floor of my kitchen. Around me is what looks like some sort of satanic food ritual. There is ashes and blood in a circle around me. I had seemingly tried to put out the burning paper with my bleeding hands. Bacon and a pretty messed up, halfway done frozen pizza is formed to some sort of a mattress under me, and for some reason, my pants are halfway down my legs. A friend of mine got really plastered at a country music bar somewhere in College Station. He does not remember what happened after leaving the bar. When he awoke, he was in a nightmare situation. He was on a dilapidated couch he did not recognize, in an unfamiliar house with holes in the drywall around him. The house was a total teardown, and through the pock-marked holes in the drywall, he saw cats. Dozens and dozens of cats moved freely through the holes in the walls, having created some kind of horrid cat menagerie within the foundations of the house. A 40-ish-year-old woman walked out of what appeared to be a kitchen and asked if he needed a ride home. He was forced to take her up on it, because he had no clue where his car was. To sum it up, my friend got wasted and woke up in the house of a 40-year-old cat lady. I once woke up with a girl I did not know, and 2 of my fingers were broken. I did not ask her name and just dropped her off, so I'll never really know what happened. A month later I woke up with her again and had to go to the hospital because my foot was still bleeding. Still do not know her name, but she may be a harbinger of my death. 3 states away from where I started, alone on a bench in a rest area on I-95. Luckily, I still had my pants, wallet and glasses. I woke up curled up in bed with my best friend's parents. Worst wake up ever. Freshman year in college. Home for break. My friend and I went to a house party in his neighborhood and drank a hefty amount of Keystone Ice. I do not remember feeling all that drunk, but I must have been. We went back to my friend's house. He lives in a ranch style. Relevant later. After raiding the fridge I passed out on the couch and he went to his room down the hall. The bathroom was also down that hall along with the rest of the bedrooms in that home. The next thing I remember was hearing smack. Smack. Wake up honey. Smack. Why do not you go back to the couch? My reply. I am on the couch. That is when I opened my eyes and saw where I was. My friend's parents' bed. Curled up. It was 8 the next morning. You could hear my jaw hit the floor. I jumped up, did not say a word, and did the walk of shame back to the couch to sleep a little more, hoping it was just a dream. An hour or 2 go by, and I hear my friend and his mom laughing their asses off in the kitchen. It was then that I knew this was not a dream. It turns out that I must have gotten up top, go to the bathroom and somehow gotten turned around and walked into their bedroom and plopped myself down. The best part was that my friend's father woke up the next morning for work and saw me there but just left me so I could sleep. Embarrassing at the time, but it will make for a great speech at my wedding. To sum it up, got drunk and hopped in my friend's parents' bed by accident. I woke up under my back deck in the rain with my dog guarding me. I got the full story later, but I had a mental breakdown. Decided to punish myself by sleeping outside, and the dog would not come in if I did not. Wife got fed up and went to bed. I got sick and appreciated how loyal my dog was. I woke up in Korea. I started drinking in Japan. It was not until I realized the hotel TV was talking to me in Korean did I realize I was in a different country than the one I started to drink in. Woke up in the back of a taxi in Poland. I live in London. Got blind drunk on a night out at university. Apparently met some friends who were getting a 4 AM flight from London to Szczecin in Poland. They had a mate who had not turned up and apparently paid for my name to be changed on the ticket that night. Do not remember getting to the airport. Here is a picture of my friends helpfully drawing attention to my condition in the airport. The flight. Getting in a taxi at the airport, where I fell asleep and woke up an hour later really ducking, confused as to why I was A. in a taxi, B. surrounded by snow. Taxi driver dropped me off at my friend's in a shipyard workers hostel, where I realized that, after packing in my drunken state, all I had brought for a weekend in Poland in the winter was flip-flops, a pair of shorts, swimming goggles and a Warner Brother World t-shirt. Great weekend though once I got over the initial WTF. Polish people are so friendly, except for the police. Woke up fully dressed with that feeling that something bad happened. Reached over for my glasses which were nowhere to be found. Decided to check my phone for clues, but it was gone. Wallet empty. Passport gone. Decided to shower and get cleaned up and discovered a fairly bad cut on my bicep. Wandered into the kitchen in my halls and people start asking me where I went the night before. I was hoping they could tell me, but the mystery remains. Still look at that scar every now and again and wonder WTF happened. Once in college, after a late night bender, we, 6-person dorm, were awakened by yelling in the living room. One guy was missing a tooth. Another guy had a broken collarbone. Broken tooth guy pushed collarbone guy into a wall because he thought the tooth was his fault. This re-broke the collarbone and we ended up calling EMS with a he fell down the stairs story. We also found the missing tooth in a glass of milk in the fridge. Crazy day. Another time, much earlier in life, I woke up in the bushes outside a house with one shoe on, late for an interview, and covered in mud. Friends picked me up, and we went straight to the interview. I could barely talk, had to buy a pair of sandals there and smelled awful. I got the job. Hollister really does not give malarkey. I woke up at a marina, at 6 AM, with my left arm and leg hanging off the edge, over the water. No ducking idea how I got there. 2 I woke up in a fire pit, with more than 10 friends screaming duck oh duck duck duck. 3 stayed over at a friend's house. He had an awesome loft bed over a normal bed. I fell asleep below, and he above. We both woke up in the bed opposite to the one we'd fallen asleep in. Once I woke up next to my friend and we were both in our underwear on a soaking wet bed with cups everywhere and the bathroom sink running. A week later I woke up wrapped up in my comforter and sleeping on my longboard with my hands in my shoes. I should probably slow down on the drinking. Woke up, alone, in the bathtub naked except for a pair of socks, clutching a piece of burnt toast, no butter. Woke up still drunk and stoned on the couch in the suite room of my friend's college dorm. I woke up from the sound of 2 adults walking into the suite. My friend's suite mate had dropped acid and called the paramedics on himself because he was throwing up. I sat up and sat there perfectly still, watched them examine him, and then strap him into a chair to take him out. Nobody acknowledged my existence. In the morning, I wake up in the same location from someone coming into the room. It's the suite mate. Has in a hospital gown with electrodes stuck to his chest. He escaped from the hospital. I blacked out on Halloween one year, with my last memory being stumbling away from a riot because I did not want to get busted for underage drinking. I woke up the next morning in my own bed with no idea how I got there. The back of my shirt was covered in mud. I had a huge gash on my leg, and my phone and iPad were gone. Also, I somehow managed to lose my socks, even though my shoes were still on. Alone on a sailboat. Edit. There's a reason I did not elaborate. Story sounds better than it is. We got drunk and broke into the marina and started drinking beers. I apparently passed out and my asshole friends left me there. Boat was still tied to the dock. Holy duck. Me too. Damn good thing it had a motor because I'm a malarkey sailor. Took it to the marina. I assume it belonged to it. Had some kind of sticker thing. Tied it up. Walked to the road and hitched a ride to my friend's house. All of this happened at around 4 AM with me not wearing shoes. And I still have no idea whose boat that was. In bed with a friend for whom I had no romantic feelings. He was super hot, though. No pants on. No pants to be found. Wearing a shirt but no bra. His mom walks in and says hi, not sour to name. I have your pants. They were soaking wet, so I dried them for you. I'm still drunk. Very drunk. And embarrassed that his mother has just dried my wet pants. When I do not know why they're wet. Did I piss myself? Did I get in their hot tub wearing pants? Did I spill all over myself? I get dressed and go to find my friends. Everyone is passed out, so I start obnoxiously waking them up. In the midst of this, I notice I'm covered in cuts all over my body, but particularly my hands and arms. Nothing is making sense at this point. Obviously, his mom then mentions that a vase full of flowers was broken. Yikes. I was apparently running around, acting like a velociraptor, and broke the vase. The water from the vase got all over my pants and I cut myself cleaning it up and failing at said task. Neither of us know what happened in his bed to this day. It was a fun night before I blacked out. A cat had peed on me. I had passed out in a friend's bathroom while puking and managed to obstruct the litter box. I would say that I smelt like malarkey, but it was way worse than that. I woke up on a sofa bed in my friend's house after a party that had me drinking vodka straight. My brain hurt and coffee was needed to kick my brain into gear. I took a quick who's next to me check and turns out I was alone. Success. Had a girlfriend already. I decided to make coffee. I stumbled out of bed and was quickly confused by the scene I saw. Two men I met the same evening were laying down. One on the floor. One on my friend's piano. In just their pants. As in, underpants. It confused the hell out of me. However, that wasn't the strangest thing. During their drunken stupidity, they'd gone through 36 WKDs together, so sugar and booze equals duck me energy destroy things. They'd discovered that my friend's table comes apart with a swift application of force. They'd constructed a crude pentagram in the room and surrounded it by tissue paper, toilet roll holders, a bog brush and a curtain rail. In the center of the pentagram was a dildo, still activated and turning very confusingly. I stood there, contemplated my existence, went and fetched coffee and sat on the sofa bed staring at the entire scene, taking in as much detail as possible. I was confused as to what they'd tried to summon to the party. From what I could understand, 6 hours later they woke up with the most amazing hangovers and sugar crash headaches known to mankind. It's summer and the last Harry Potter book has just come out. I'm about 30 pages away from finishing it when I realize I'm already late for a dinner date with friends. So I put in my bookmark and leave it on my bed. At dinner, drink about 2/3 of a bottle of wine. Next, go out and commence lots of drinking. I'm very drunk. On the way home, stop by a bodega to get a Gatorade, so I would not be quite as hungover, but get drunkenly distracted and spend my last $10 on a 3-pack of Naked People magazines. Yes, magazines. Old school. Arrive home excited about my recent purchase and set up what promises to be a nice end of the night, but realize quickly turn my attention to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, of which I only have about 30 pages left to read. I'm easily distracted when drunk. Clearly, I put the Naked People aside and start to read, but immediately pass out cold. Wake up naked with opened Harry Potter on my chest, tissues and lotion to my side, and unopened Naked People near my feet. Very confused. We were having a house party with a new group in celebration of an event in college, and none of us had drank together before, so we went big. It was at my house. There were a handful of people that stayed the night, and I let some overly drunk/sick girls stay in my room, and I crashed on the couch downstairs. In the middle of the night, around 3 AM, I wake up and decide to go check on my girlfriend upstairs. As I turn the corner to start walking up the staircase, there is the most disturbing thing I have ever seen. At perfect eye level, about 8 stairs up, is a girl with her pants completely off, in crab walk position, slowly crab walking down the stairs. As she is taking a piss, she was coming towards me, leaving a snail trail all the way down the stairs, soaking the carpet. She is completely wasted and borderline unconscious. She did not remember it the next day, and I painfully had to explain to her why I needed her to clean the carpet on the staircase. If you are reading this, you made it until the end of the video. There is no more after this. Click the thumbs up button since you liked the video because you made it until the end. On screen there should be some more videos similar to this, so either go do something else or watch another video. That's it. I do not know why you are still here. What are you waiting for, a secret message or something? Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. Drink like a dink.